in my livery review video, then I mentioned in a small note on the screen that when I said the Red Bull looked the same, I meant the livery, not the car. The car itself does look rather different, but you know, we were lacking liveries rather, so I didn't really go into much detail there. Well, now I do want to go into a bit more on that, because all I'm saying is Red Bull have the opportunity here to do the funniest thing ever. Point number one, the side pod shoulders, which were first introduced by Mercedes last season. Mercedes have now ditched those, it seems, but Red Bull have adopted them. And another thing that Red Bull have adopted on this car that's difficult to see in the photos that we've seen of the RB20, but it is there, they have a vertical side pod inlet, i.e. what Mercedes had on their zero pod concept, which they couldn't for the life of them get it to actually work and be consistently quick. And then there's the fact that the front nose, it looks a bit ugly, if I'm being honest. It looks rather different. It actually attaches to all of the wing planes. But back to the vertical side pod inlet. Because reports came out today, the 17th of February, that apparently Red Bull is looking to be adopting a Mercedes-like zero-pod concept from the Japanese Grand Prix, round 4 of the season. And the current design of the car will only remain for the pre-season testing in the first 3 races. Now, if this is true, and they genuinely do move towards a zero-pod concept, and they actually make it work and can make it quick, that would be the funniest thing ever. Mercedes, they try to get the zero pod concept to work. They can't do it, they scrap it. Adrian Newey, the design god of Formula 1, he takes one look at that Mercedes car with the no side pods and goes, I can fix her. And he does. We'll have to see like how accurate this is come closer to the Japanese Grand Prix in April. It's crazy to say the Japanese Grand Prix is going to be in April. But Red Bull have definitely evolved the RB20 away from the RB19. And Christian Horner said that Red Bull apparently pushed boundaries with the RB20, saying there's great innovation on the car as well, that no doubt will be scrutinized over the coming couple of weeks. But I think creativity has been strong in the team. It's not a conservative evolution. Looking at the car, Red Bull have definitely pushed the boundaries, and they've just gone out, they're kind of gone balls to the walls, really. And they're just going for it. They're going to be trying to win all 24 races. Whether they actually can or not, what we're going to have to see, 1, how the cars run in preseason testing, how Red Bull are, 2, how their rivals are, and then 3, what comes of this apparent reports of Red Bull maybe going towards a zero pod concept from the Japanese Grand Prix, or introducing it there. We'll have to see what comes of that, whether if they do, can they make it work? Will they still be quick with it? We won't know anything till we start seeing cars on track next week, you know? By the way, allow me to just come in here and interject for a second. If you are enjoying this video and you want to see more Formula 1 content from me, then please do subscribe to the channel for more. We're not that far away from 1,000 subscribers, so if you like Formula 1, you want to see Formula 1 content, hit the subscribe button, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Back to the video. I do have my fingers crossed that they don't win all 24 races, because I don't think anyone really wants to see that happen, except for maybe Red Bull themselves, and probably some of the hardcore Red Bull fans. I'm sure you guys would love to see Red Bull just completely clean sweep everything. Hopefully, some of the other teams can actually compete with them for victories and take some victories. You know, hopefully Ferrari have things together for long enough to grab a few wins. Hopefully Mercedes have things long enough to grab a few wins. Hell, maybe even McLaren, or dare I say Aston Martin. Although mind you, as you can maybe tell from my predictions video I did a few weeks ago, I kind of completely forgot they existed. So naturally my hopes aren't all that high for them anyway, but either way, moving back to Red Bull. But as I said, with Red Bull basically going balls to the wall piss take mode, really, and the person that's having the piss taken out of them is Mercedes. If they go zero pod and it works, that would just be so funny. The thing that Mercedes tried to get to work, then they abandoned it, like, no, it's just not gonna work. This concept is dead in the water. It's not gonna work. Adrian Newey takes one look, goes, no, it can work. I can make this work, and he makes it work, and they win everything. That would be so unbelievably funny. And trust of all the teams and designers to do it. Trust it to be Adrian Newey and Red Bull if this does happen. Like, of course, of anyone who could potentially make the zero pod concept work, of course it would be Adrian Newey that would reckon he can do it. I mean, come on, how many race winning and championship winning cars has that man designed? He is, as I said, he's a bit of a design god in the world of Formula 1. He's been so successful in the cars he's designed and won so much. His car designs have won so much in the world of Formula 1. Like, kind of, I don't know why I'm all that surprised that Adrian Newey of all people could maybe get the zero pod concept to work. But it's definitely interesting what Red Bull have brought out here. It'll be interesting to see how that runs on track, how they'll be comparing to their rivals. Have Red Bull actually built a rocket ship like everybody seems to be, you know, kind of doom posting that they have? Before I doom say, yeah, Red Bull have built a rocket ship, I'm gonna wait and see at pre-season testing next week how the cars all turn out. And even at pre-season testing, you can never fully believe what you see, because the sandbags are out in force, as we all know. So we'll see what happens at pre-season testing, the first few races, see how everything shapes out. What are your thoughts on Red Bull and what they've launched, and also the current reports that they're going to be moving to a zero pod concept potentially, or like an advanced version of that? What's your thoughts on all that? And honestly, do you think Red Bull have built a rocket ship? From first impressions, do you think, yeah, they built a rocket ship? No, they haven't. Or are you like me, keeping your ass on the fence until we actually see the cars on the racetrack? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.